thought you had deeper meaning here, bud. But I picked.
Okay.
My bad. My bad.
We want to give a big thank you to our sponsor, Touring and Cruises. Here's something you might not know. Booking with a travel advisor doesn't cost you anything. Disney pays them after you travel. You'll pay the same price you see online, but Touring and Cruises adds an enhanced level of service. Their expert advisors watch for discounts and apply them automatically, even after you book. And it's not just Disney. They can help with cruises, Universal, and all kinds of vacations. Whether you want help planning it all or just someone in your corner if plans change, they're here to help. And yes, they'll wait on hold with Disney 4 hours, so you don't have to. So when you're ready to plan your next trip, head to touringandcruises.com and tell them Rope Drop Radio sent you. Now, let's rope drop.
Helping you navigate the Disney parks.
With the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
You're listening to Rope Drop Radio.
Welcome to another Rope Drop Radio. I am Doug McKnight here with Lauren Shields. And Lauren, it's been an exciting week in February in the Midwest because it felt like spring today.
It did. It got up to like 67 here. How warm did it get by you?
60 something. We had to turn the air conditioning on at work because all of our equipment, like the lights and stuff, makes it warm in the operatories. So like we had the AC going at work in February. So take that, Florida. We don't need your heat.
And then it's supposed to we do. And then we're supposed to get a bad snowstorm like Thursday, Friday.
Don't say those words. We're in fake spring right now, and I'm going to enjoy every second of it. So, yes, good times in the Midwest for sure. And you know who else has good times all the time? Our patrons.
They do have a good time all the time because they're good people. We have a new Patreon this week, so thank you to Leah. She joined at Beach Club level, which we're going to talk about some resorts today, so that's exciting. But thank you to Leah for joining. Thank you to all of our Patreons. Come check us out at patreon.com. Doug gives the news once a week. We do a very unfiltered after show every week, and you get a quarterly chance to win a $25 Disney gift card, which is actually coming up soon. I think I need to do that. Maybe beginning of March. We'll see.
There you go. Yeah, and this week we're going to rank the value resorts in the after show because we're talking about the value resorts today in a this or that format. I forgot to say that right off the top, didn't I? I'm going to lose all my podcasting credibility right there, but got it in anyway. So thank you, patrons, for supporting the show. Another great way to support the show is to like, subscribe, and share the show with friends and family. Make sure you're following so you never miss the episodes when they drop. We're also on YouTube where you can like and subscribe those. And if you really want to help us out, leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and we'll read it on air and love you forever. So this week's 5-star review comes from Kimalva124.
So close.
Kimimalav 124. I don't know. Okay. Here it is, titled, Very Helpful for a First Timer. This podcast was recommended to me by a friend that goes to Disney often, and I'm so glad I took the time to listen. We're headed down to Disney for the first time with our 2 kids, 4 and 8 years old, at the end of January, and this podcast has helped me strategize and gain some understanding as to what to expect. The hosts are lovely, and the information is top tier. I will be listening to a couple more episodes before we leave. Thank you. There you go. Hopefully the trip was fantastic.
We were late reading your review, so thank you. I'm assuming her name's Kim. But thank you for that nice review. And hopefully you did have a good trip. We're weeks behind when you left that.
That's what happens when we have lots of great reviews to read. So thank you for the review, potential named Kim, and appreciate it. All right. Also, this week, we have a Stuffy of the Week over Lauren's right shoulder there. If you head over to YouTube, leave a comment as to who you think that Stuffy is. I got it wrong before we started recording. So
you 100% did. And you did. And everyone had a hard time last week. So I think this one's easier unless your name's Doug. But it should be easier for most
Thanks,
people.
Lauren. Thanks. I really failed right out of the gate today.
was that hard.
It's not.
And
I just
it was chosen because the movie it comes from does show up in one of the value resorts that we're gonna talk about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so
I'll
there
be
was a
waiting for you to bring that up because
we'll see if I remember.
I can hold you to it, maybe, potentially, possibly, if I remember what the stuffy is. But go over to YouTube, Rope Drop Radio on YouTube, and leave a comment to make Lauren's daughter's dreams come true. They get very sad when there's few comments about their stuffies. So
Tears.
they work hard picking out these stuffies of the week. It's a
They do.
painstaking job. I think they work harder on that than I do on the outline, Lauren.
That's probably true. Yeah,
Yeah, facts.
I'd agree with
So
that.
there you go. All right. Well, there you go. So thank you, patrons, Apple reviewers, and go check out the Stuffy of the Week on YouTube. So we're going to get to value resorts, this or that, after this break. Hey, Nebraska rope droppers. Getting to the magic just got easier. The Lincoln Airport now offers nonstop flights to Orlando twice a week on Breeze Airways. Every Wednesday and Saturday. Skip the layovers and get straight to Mickey faster than ever. I've flown Breeze myself. It's a great experience with one of the youngest fleets in the sky, flying only Airbus A220s. So next time you're planning a Disney vacation, start at Lincoln Airport, your shortcut to the magic. And we are back. Welcome back, everyone. It's time to do a little this or that, some hypotheticals that we will force ourselves into that we may not want to do either, but we'll do them. Or we
That's
may
true.
want to do both, but we have to pick one and only one. And we're checking into the values today. And the values are, for those that aren't really sure, it's Art of Animation, Pop Century, and the All-Stars, Sports, Music, and Movies. 3 different All-Stars. So, to help us explore the values and have some fun hypotheticals, we're going to force ourselves to answer these. Are you ready, Lauren?
I'm ready.
All right. We'll take turns asking them. Do you want to go first or second, or shall I flip a coin? I
Why
don't
don't
have a
you ask
coin.
me this question first because I'll save the second question for you. I'm looking ahead.
Perfect. I should
Yeah.
have read right into that one, right? All right. What is a value resort? These aren't
That
hypotheticals to start out, are they? This is like some
No, we're
facts
giving
for
some
y'all.
basic information. So Disney has 3 levels of resorts. It's deluxe, which are, the fancy ones,
Mm-hmm.
moderates, which are kind of your in between, and value resorts. So this is where you go when you're on a budget. If you're kind of, trying to stay somewhere cheap and just
Mhm.
have a place to put your head down at night, this is where you want to head.
Yeah, it's great for the budget. We stay there often, don't we?
We do. Yeah.
Like,
It helps make the trip sometime. Like if we didn't have that place to stay, I don't know that we'd be going.
right. I will say this for trips that we've been on together, we've stayed at all 3 levels of resorts. So we're not like we're equal opportunity level
Yeah.
stayers. Now,
Yeah, I
within the
agree.
levels, we have our favorites, as you will tell
We
as the
do.
show goes on. And then, of course, in the after show where we rank them, at all the levels, we have our favorites, don't we?
We
And I
do.
think for our next trip, which we'll be announcing soon, I think at one time we had all different levels potentially booked, from what I understand. We went like in a 4-day span, we had 5 different resorts that I was like, oh, we're staying here now. Oh, we're staying here now. Nope. Because I just get the emails from Michelle. I'm not even in the conversation about the rope
So
drop trip, am I?
you were not. Sorry,
No, I
buddy.
wasn't on the text thread planning
And
my own trip.
I actually don't think that was me. I think that was Michelle and Alex, and I
Oh, it
just always
was.
agree. I agree with them. Yep, you
It's
want to sit there? Sure.
it's easier to just agree with those two. I don't.
Let them be the big planners. I will just come
Mhm,
and stay
mhm.
where they want me to stay.
Yep. So
So let's ask you, because I know you're
okay.
excited to share your knowledge here. How big are the rooms at the value resorts, and what is inside of them?
So I went and I got a book out, an actual book, and I mean, there I flipped through it.
Oof.
That noise was loud, wasn't it? Sorry for that.
Sorry,
But
listeners.
value rooms. All right. So at the All-Star resorts, a typical room is 260 square feet and accommodates 4 guests plus 1 child under the age of 3 in a crib. Pop Century, guess what? Same thing, 260 rooms. Guess what? Art of Animation Little Mermaid standard room. You would think 260 square feet because they were built roughly at the same time. Those old buildings were carbon copied. No! Curveball, 277 square feet. Don't know where the 17 feet come from, but because
No,
when you
that's
look on
interesting.
Google Earth, it looks identical. I
Yeah.
I kind of wonder if somebody just mismeasured one time and they're like, "Yep, that's what we're going with. Put it in the book." So, all right, that's the regular rooms, but you have two different family suites hanging out. So, All Stars has family suites in the music
Correct.
one, and a typical suite is 520 square feet, accommodates 6 guests plus one child under the age of 3. The cool thing about the family suites is it has a 2 bathrooms. It has a sleeper sofa, and then it has a queen bed as well. So I'm not really sure how
What
that.
year is that book?
It's old. It's old.
So
2013. Should I have gotten a new book out, Lauren?
yeah, because they don't have a sleeper sofa. It's now like
The
2
pull
queen beds and
downs. Yeah.
it pull down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
The
not a
pull
sleeper
downs.
sofa. They're more comfortable
Womp,
than that
womp, womp.
now.
All
At
right.
least that music.
Yeah.
They need some
So
updating at Art of Animation.
Art of Animation has, when we were there last over New Year's last year, it was still a sleeper sofa and one pull
Yes,
down onto
that
the
is
table.
correct.
So a family suite over there, which is everything but Little Mermaid, is 565 square feet. So a little bigger than the All Stars, and 6 guests plus one child under the age of 3. So you have a queen bed in its own bedroom with its own bathroom, kind of
Yeah.
disconnected from the west, and then another bathroom, and then that table that turns into a bed, and then the pull-out sofa. So that is the values in a nutshell. Yeah, that's your rooms.
We
And you, yeah,
we didn't talk about price, which I think we should roughly talk
go for it,
about.
because I don't look at the
Because
bill.
you don't know. So I would say the All Stars tend to be the cheapest, and they
Mm-hmm.
usually have some sort of a discount going unless you're going at like peak times. I would say you can find that for like $130 a night and up, depending on if you want like a preferred location room closer to, or you're just fine getting whatever you get. The Skyliner resorts tend to be more expensive. So Pop is going to be closer to like $200 a night. I've seen it go closer to three on like between Christmas and New Year's when it's really, really busy. Family suites, like at Art of Animation, especially again with the Skyliner, because All Stars Music family suites do not have access to the Skyliner.
Mm-hmm.
Those are around like $500 a night. If you can get a discount, you're talking, I don't know, 470, 450 around there per night. So
Yeah.
roughly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you have a lot of the same amenities as everywhere else on property, whether you stay at a value or a deluxe. You get bus service, you get to do your lightning lanes in advance, you get early entry. Those things are the same whether you're staying in a $200 a night value
Mhm.
room or $1,000 a night villa, right? Like
100%.
same things across the board. Really, the only thing that changes for deluxe is the evening extra time, extra hour, whatever they call it. I want to call it
Yes.
extra magic hours, but it is not called that. That is old Doug trying to talk with my 2013 book that I had out a minute
I think
ago.
they're extended evening hours,
Yeah, there you
right?
go. That sounds like the
Yeah.
right verbiage. They'll change it
Yeah.
tomorrow since we said it today.
Yes, they will.
So, all right, we'll talk about a lot of the other stuff, but there are pools. There are no water slides at values where moderates and up have water slides,
Yes.
and dining is food
All
court,
food court.
all
Yep,
food
that's
court.
your only option. There's no sit downs.
Which, if you're fancy and you got to have a sit down while you're at the resort, this is not for you. But also,
Mm-mm.
why are you at the resort for dinner? There's, you can answer that question both ways. All right. So let's get to this and that. Are you ready to this and that?
I'm ready.
Okay. Food court at sports or movies? This one or that one?
I'm going to pick movies.
Why?
I know. Well, so sports tends to get overtaken by
Mhm.
sports teams or big groups traveling together. So I just prefer all-star movies. I also just like the aesthetics. Like, so if you have a big sports fan, they would probably actually really love all-star sports. There's nothing wrong with it. We like movies because we like to see the characters and they're like, with value
Mhm.
resorts, they have over-the-top statues and theming and it's kind of all in your face. So I just picked movies because I would rather eat at movies where I feel like it's slightly calmer than all-star sports. And that's what I picked. What
Yeah,
are you
I'm
going
going to
with?
agree with you. I'm going to go to
Okay.
movies because I just like the aesthetics of the different movies
Yeah.
more than just the sports. They're kind of generic sports icons, right? But if you got that 10-year-old kid that thinks he's going to be in the NBA, even though his parents are 5'6", go ahead, stay at the sports. However, I will warn you, like the last couple weeks, it's been full of cheerleaders.
Yeah.
So that's where they're going to put those groups first is the sports, and you'll have plenty of them at movies, but not as many.
I agree with
So
that. Yeah.
yeah. And also disclaimer for the entire show, I have never stayed at sports.
I
So
think that's the only one I have not stayed at.
yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like the all-stars, if you stayed at one, you kind of have done them
You have.
all in a way, but
They're
yet
pretty
you
identical.
haven't. So there you
Besides the
go.
theming. Yeah, they're identical. All right. Ready for this or that?
Yeah, I
I'll
am.
ask you. Bowling pin or yo-yo? Now you came up with this question,
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
have
So
at it.
at Pop Century, all the value resorts have crazy stairwells on the ends of the buildings. And like the bowling pins, you can see from a long ways away because they're taller than the trees,
Yeah.
right? Which I think is pretty cool when something's visible from like the other side of the resort, right? But I love the yo-yo aesthetic. I think it's pretty cool. They light them up really neat, but the bowling pins are neat. But I'm gonna go yo-yo. Not my favorite stairwell at Pop Century, but close. These are both at Pop Century though.
What's your
How about
favorite
you?
stairwell?
Oh, it's the Rubik's Cube. Why
That's
wouldn't
funny.
it be? I can't
So I
solve
thought
one.
I thought you were kind of indirectly asking like which era do you prefer
Oh, I
with
mean that's
this?
totally a way to
I
interpret it, Lauren.
I
There
read
is
this
no
like
wrong answer.
I thought you had deeper meaning here, bud. So but I picked
Okay.
my bad. My
Yeah.
bad. But I'm gonna go bowling pin because
Mhm.
the 50s section is actually our favorite place to stay, mostly because
Mhm.
there's a Lady and the Tramp statue. But the 60s section is the preferred location, so you got to pay a little
Mhm.
bit more money to stay there. And if I'm going to pop, I just get cheap. So I usually request to be in the 50s. I think requesting in the 70s is not a bad option either because that's on the other side of the 60s.
Yeah.
Basically, we're trying to avoid the 80s and 90s.
The Rubik's Cube, right? That's what you're
Yeah.
trying to avoid. It's the furthest way. I almost always get the 90s, like always. It's insane. It's really kind of weird, the 80s and 90s. Except when we were there for our race back in April, I was in the 50s, I believe.
Nice.
I was at a bowling pin.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe I like the yo-yos because I'm a little squinkier and I got to stay preferred room location.
So you're fancy at pop.
Hey, if I'm going to be at Pop, I might as well go all out. No, if I'm going to Pop, I'm going to be like, no, I'm going to save all the money. I don't usually do preferred at Pop or All Stars because if I'm going there, I'm in money save mode. Why would I spend the
Yeah.
extra 20 a night after I'm trying to save money, not ups?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's why we always just pick the 50s and the girls love they secretly really want a dog. We're not getting a dog.
Mm.
So when we see Lady and the Tramp, we're very happy.
So
Yeah.
sad, so sad.
I'm a
I'm
terrible
glad you get
parent,
to
I know.
walk the neighbor's dog occasionally, just for that
When the
reason.
weather is nice, we do that. And thank you. They let us walk that dog every day this past summer.
I'm sure they're thrilled too. All right.
Okay.
This next one is kind of a three-pronged this or that. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
It's if you're eating in the food court at the resort, which meal do you want to eat at the resort? Breakfast, lunch, or dinner? Depending on how you tour the parks and everything.
Yeah.
It's
I
hard.
don't want to be eating dinner there. None of the food courts are great. I will
Mm-hmm.
say I feel like Pop and Art of Animation have more options than the All Stars. They're bigger.
Agreed.
So I we're better about eating lunch there. I think if I'm seeing it like the All Stars, though, I'm going to do breakfast. Like breakfast, I can because I don't eat a big breakfast. Like I go and grab a yogurt
You're
and like a
gonna
muffin.
skip rope drop on rope drop radio, Lauren? What are you doing here?
I was assuming that I was getting that. Like a lot of times, I'll throw the yogurt in. I have my
Oh,
backpack
you
and then
you
eat
are
it
big
at rope drop.
backpack people. Like I don't know what you're
We
carrying
are
around all day other than my stuff, but
and water.
They have water sporadic. Okay, anywho. So you're
We've
going to
talked
have
about my
breakfast.
water snobness. Yeah, I'm gonna pick breakfast, but yeah, to go.
Okay. Typically, we find ourselves, if we don't have a dining reservation for dinner
No.
with
You
our
eat there for
late,
dinner?
so we'll do our nap. And then it's like, by the time the kids finally like get moving, it's like, well, it's dinner time. We could either eat right before we hop on the Skyliner or eat in the park. And so sometimes it's nice because someone can get pasta, someone can get a burger, someone like you
Yeah.
have bigger
You have variety.
variety.
Yeah.
So it's just easier sometimes. And so we end up doing the Pop Century or Art of Animation food court for dinner, like right at 5. First of all,
Okay.
it's empty. No one is there. The only
Yep.
time those places are busy is breakfast. And
Breakfast.
then, like, the last couple hours it's open is chaos. So we go in this little, 4:45 to 5:45 type of window, and usually it's quite tranquil. It's nice and quiet. You can hear the background music, and I mean, one time Claire even did her dance when we were eating at Art of Animation because it was a Cars song that her dance was for tap. So
Oh,
she got
nice.
up and practiced it. You had that kind of space. So
Yeah.
we're a dinner. I mean, we prefer to have a dining reservation. Don't get me wrong; it's not amazing, but it it solves the problem of, well, what type of food do you want, because they have a little bit of everything. If that makes any sense at all,
I guess so. I'm starting to get the sense that you guys do more sit downs for like lunch than
we
I think
do.
we do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
That's
do
rare for
that,
us.
and then we nap. It's like sit down,
Right. And then you
maybe.
don't want to sit down for dinner because that's too
Yeah.
much.
One or two things after lunch, and then it's break time. I mean, I don't think we could get our kids to rope drop or the end of the day if it wasn't for the promise of the downtime. Downtime on vacation is important. So, and we do it well at the McKnight household. We do it well.
Some of
All
you.
right. Alden doesn't nap very good, but I do an excellent job. Michelle
You
usually
do.
works while we actually, you know what? Over the Christmas trip, the Christmas break trip,
Yeah.
she napped. There was alarms set. She was out every day.
Well, and that was the other thing I was going to bring up. When you guys were there, so at Christmas time when we go and it's really busy, we do tend to do more lunch at the resort for the reason that you said that it's way less crowded than the
Yeah.
parks. So that's a good time
Yes.
to do lunch there.
We did do some counter service lunches outside of the park, like on that trip report from our Christmas break trip. I mean, we ate it
Yeah.
outside of the park a couple times for lunch just to avoid crowds.
Yeah.
So, and value food courts are no joke. They're very nice. Very nice. Quite nice. Okay. I think I asked that one, didn't I? Okay.
You did. So bus line at 7:30 a.m. or 9:30 a.m.
I mean, sleeping those 2
Just for
more
that.
hours sounds really good, doesn't it? But I love me the values bus lines because they're organized, they're structured. Deluxe is the worst because people walk past you and other people get angry and start yelling at each other. It's a whole thing. There's nothing more organized than a chain link, like, rope
Yeah.
thing organizing those bus stops. But I will say, if you're going to the park, you better be in that line before 7 a.m. because
Yeah.
9:30 a.m., you're there with everybody and their cousin.
Yes. 100%. Yeah. No, I agree. Bus line at 7:30 for road trip because what are we even doing if we're not there at 7:30?
Right?
You better have a
Like,
lot of lightning lanes otherwise.
well, and if you go at 9:30, so here's the thing, this 2 hours of sleep, even if you have all the lightning lanes stacked, like, you're spending 3 times as long getting on a bus, 3 times as
Yeah.
long going through security, 3 times as long tapping into the park, crowded on Main Street. You are with everyone. If you're getting into the bus line at 9:30, you go at 7:30, you're going to be like, "Oh my gosh, there's so many people here." No, it's not. It's so empty compared. So, just go early. When in doubt, go
Yeah.
early. Yeah.
Yeah. And it is interesting. I agree with you that the bus service at the Values Resort is so much better than the
Oh,
deluxe. And it should not be like
no,
that, but it
shouldn't.
is.
So much more frequent, less frustrating,
Yeah.
organized lines. It's the best. I will say
Yeah.
that.
One stop. They don't go through
No,
100 different
it's,
places.
it's spectacular. All right. Okay, I have this one. All right. This is an important one. Post-park snack. Eat it in the food court or take it to your room. And so what I'm thinking here, Lauren, just because you couldn't
Okay.
read my mind on the last one a couple ago,
Uh-huh.
is you're coming back on the bus. You mobile order up some Mickey bars or whatever. Actually, you don't need a mobile order Mickey bars, but you can go in, grab the Mickey bars, the other ice cream sandwiches, whatever snack you want from the food court. Do you sit in the food court and eat your snack, or do you walk it back to your room and eat it on the table that is also your bed?
I still have messy eaters, so we'd be eating it in the food court. I think you're gonna disagree with me on this though, right?
Well, I don't want a headache at 10:30 at night, so I'm going back to my room. Who when who doesn't have messy eaters? Have you sat next to Alden while he's eating? It's dangerous. It's like Shamu splash zone.
We would have
Like,
ice cream all over the hotel room, like they don't know how to keep anything over a
I
table.
mean, have you met me? I mean, I'm enough of a
Yeah.
problem. So we like
Well,
to go back to the room.
what we do if the weather's not too hot, and especially if it's like, winter here, we just go sit outside somewhere because it's so nice
Oh,
out.
so like for the
Yeah.
2 months of the year, you can do that?
Yeah. But we've done like Christmas and spring
Yeah.
break trips where we just want to be outside. Summers, you might want to just be in the air conditioning. No,
Mhm.
I don't want to bring 6 ice creams back to my room. That screams hot
'Kay.
mess. I don't know how Michelle lets you get away with that.
We eat in our room all the time. I mean, when it was 32 degrees and we were at the boardwalk, the girls and I went to the ice cream parlor place and brought it back to the room and ate our sundaes in the room.
Well, that makes sense because it's too cold to be outside.
Yeah, and there's
And
no
where are you
seats
gonna
in the ice cream place at the
right.
boardwalk. Yeah, okay, that was a bad example. There is no food court at the boardwalk. I will say
Yeah,
this, the food court is better than anything the boardwalk has to offer. No,
this is true.
no
Also
joke.
strange because that's a deluxe, but
It's so
yeah.
weird, Disney, so weird. But yeah, we're taking that stuff back to our room. And I mean, the Pop Century, they got their tie-dye cheesecake. People love it. Don't know why. But you can take that back to your room.
Have you tried it?
Yeah, it's just cheesecake that's flavored or colored.
It looks like Play-Doh, and I actually really
Kinda.
like cheesecake, and then I couldn't get past the fact that it looked like Play-Doh, and then my brain was like, "This is
Yeah.
gross," even though it was not a fair assessment. My brain was like, "This is not right. Don't eat this."
Well, I mean, you shouldn't have to eat it with a blindfold to know whether you like it or not, Lauren.
So, but yeah, people seem to like it. So
They love them some tie-dye cheesecake. All
yes.
right.
All right. Am I up for the next one?
Yeah,
I
it's all
think.
you on this one.
This is a good question because
It's a
you
really
have a
good
family of
question.
5, and I have a family of 6, and I wonder if I think we might feel differently about this, but we'll see. Would you rather have a family suite, or would you rather have 2 like guaranteed connecting rooms?
All
Is that
right.
what you're
So,
asking?
yeah, we can no longer be guaranteed connecting rooms because our kids are technically adults, 2 of the 3 of
Okay.
them, right? But assuming they were kids and we could be guaranteed, I kind of prefer the adjoining rooms. It's the
Oh,
same number of bathrooms. It's a little more open, but we can separate Alden from the girls easier. Like we end up with Alden in our room, right? Like Michelle and I
yeah.
don't have the privacy we would have in a family suite. However, like the girls, everybody has their own bed. Nobody has to touch each other for the kids.
Oh, my kids would be
And
so jealous of your kids
right,
because
like the
someone's gonna share
girls
for
get
us.
their own bed. Alden gets his own bed. I mean, Michelle has to put up with me, but that's her choice in life.
Yeah.
So I'm team adjoining at like Pop Century. That's one of my favorite hacks for our larger family is 2 adjoining rooms at Pop Century. But we love us some family suites. We've stayed there 2 years ago over Christmas break even. So,
Right. So I thought you might pick the family suites because you
oh,
have less I thought you guys might be okay with one less bad because that's what it comes down to, right?
yeah, it's the girls. They get over it, but they whine they'd rather be separate.
Exactly. Yeah. So I thought my kids would really enjoy the family suites. Every kid complained about it because even the pull down bed is actually a
Mhm.
little bit smaller than the ones at
Yeah.
Pop Century. I think it's a double instead of a queen, and they
Yep.
noticed that, and they were little. Like this is probably 3 years ago we stayed at one of those. They were complaining. And then the pull-out couch to put 2 kids on there is just not comfortable. Like
Yeah.
I would like them to redo these rooms and have the pull-down beds that they
They're
have in Pop.
due. They are due
Yes.
for the a pretty serious refurb, but I hope they don't touch the theming. I will say this, there's no
Right.
rooms themed cooler than that Cars family suite, in my
Yep.
opinion. The attention to detail is fantastic at the Cars suite. The other suites are cool, but the Cars one is the best
Right. So I thought they
by
might,
far.
yeah, I thought that was what they would go for. But no, I agree. The 2 adjoining rooms both get you 2 bathrooms. Just that extra bed makes such a difference for
Mhm.
families. I didn't even think about the fact that you guys, each kid gets their own bed. We
Yeah.
still have 2 kids that have to share, but my middle girls they've been sleeping, like sharing a bed since they were little. So they do pretty good with that. So it's not a huge bone of contention. Luke usually ends up sleeping with us. So it's funny that Alden sleeps with you guys.
Mhm.
And then the girls kind of get their own room and everyone is happier for it. I thought like we really liked Art of Animation, but the kids will pick Pop every time just because of the extra bed.
We've done adjoining rooms on the moderate level too, now that they're like big,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So like we've done that at Coronado and not contemporary, Caribbean before.
Yeah.
So because nobody can sleep on the little 5th sleeper at Caribbean anymore, like
Not once you have
the height and
teenagers,
weight
no.
limit. Like I think I might be the closest. Well, Sam technically probably could,
The smallest.
but
Yeah.
like there's also like barely a mattress on that, right?
It's thin. You
It's
want a
like
little kid sleeping
it
on there.
reminds you of a crib mattress, right? Like you can't weigh
Yeah.
much and sleep on that. So yeah, I'm
Agreed.
team adjoining rooms. All right, talking about theming as I was, which theming do you like the best? Cars, Nemo, Lion King, or Little Mermaid at Art of Animation? This or that,
So
Lauren?
it's a little hard for me. I think just based on theming, I'm going to go Cars. I agree with you. That is where we stayed when we stayed in the family suite. Even though I have 3 girls, like that I don't know how they just do that theming so much better
Mm-hmm.
than Nemo or Lion King. Nemo's actually pretty good too. That would probably be a close second. I feel like something went weird with the Lion King. I don't know if it's because it's just less colorful or what it
I don't
is. Like it
know.
just got it seemed bland.
Superficial. How about that? It's like they just
Yeah.
painted on the theming, where at Cars it is like diamond plated stuff, and like the couch looks
Yeah.
like a seat in a car, where
Yes.
in the other two the couch looks like a couch.
Yes, I agree with
That's
that.
the
Yeah, they
difference.
went harder on the Cars theming, and it shows. Even, like, the pool, it shows.
Mm-hmm.
We do really love the Little Mermaid rooms. My only complaint about them is that that building is so far away from the
Yeah.
Skyliner and lobby, and I hate doing the walk. Otherwise, I think we'd stay there just because I think Art of Animation tends to be a little quieter than Pop, and
Well,
I
there's less
appreciate
people,
that.
right?
There's less people, and it's noticeable, so I really like it, but I end up going with Pop because I was like, if I go stay in Little Mermaid so that we can have that extra bed, we're gonna have to go do this super long walk, which after like 2 or 3 days of the parks, it it really sucks.
It
Your
adds
legs are
up.
tired. Yeah. And so what about you? Are you going Cars?
Well, I guess I kind of already said, but Cars, yeah, just because it's
Yeah.
less superficial on the theming, it's a little more detailed. It's not just graphics and painting, right? It's more like part of what you're touching and feeling. Like the couch thing is way different than anything else and that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. Now the bathrooms are kind of have a similar depth of theming.
Yeah.
It's like a shower curtain, and the Nemo
It's
bathroom, the
basic.
one is actually pretty cool because the mirrors are like portholes, if I remember
Oh,
right. So right, like the one is, and
we
so I
never
like
stayed there, so
that.
I don't know.
Never stayed at oh my, or Nemo. Yeah,
Nemo.
I think
No.
we've done all of them a couple times. We've only ever done Little Mermaid once, and that was when the resort was a week old, and it was right before Claire turned 3, so we
So
could
you could
stay
do
there.
it.
I
Yeah.
think it was actually the trip she turned 3 on, but we stayed there for one night because the way the discount started at the next, where we wanted to stay didn't
Right.
match up with the cheap flight. So we did one night at Art, like it was a week old type of resort. Stayed at Little Mermaid, and then I can't remember where we stayed, but it was Alden and Claire's 5th and 3rd birthdays, respectively, on that trip. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. It's a good
that was
room.
back a ways. Probably when that book came out that I was flipping through. I can't
Yeah.
remember when that resort opened, but
Yeah, because Claire and Luke are the same age. They would have
would have
been
been
3 then.
2012, probably. Yeah.
Oh, Luke's yeah. I think
Turn
he's 2010. I think
09.
she's 2009.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So October would have opened. Yeah, opened just in time to stay there before we aged out of a family of 4 room. All
Mm.
right. Next one. It's all you.
Would you rather be closer to the Skyliner or closer to the lobby?
Skyliner. Is that
You look like you had to think about that.
who wrote that question? What a lousy question.
You.
My gosh. What? Yeah, Skyliner. 0 questions.
Yeah, Skyliner. I know some people that would prefer to be by the lobby, though.
Yeah. When 2 Christmas breaks ago, when we did stay at Art, we were in a Nemo room, and we were
Yeah.
2 doors from the end of the hallway that we went down. We were on the 2nd floor, 1 flight of stairs out the end, and we're right at the Skyliner. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
So coming and going from the Skyliner was never more convenient than that. So
So that's why we
bravo.
have not stayed at the Finding Nemo suite because it's like their preferred rooms
It
because
is
it's a
preferred,
good
yeah.
location. Yeah, and it's close to the lobby too, really.
I'm pretty sure when we stayed there is what the discount was for. So
Ah,
like, like that was what was left on the discount was the preferred
yeah.
room. So yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Did you guys go there when they were still doing, like, the music under the water in the pool?
Oh yeah. I mean,
Did you hear
we
it?
stayed there like the first week it was open, Lauren. Of course we heard the music.
But you're not pool people.
We had to go check out the biggest pool on property by surface area or whatever the thing is and
Like
listen to the music underneath.
and
And
was
there
it
was like
fancy and cool?
there was music. I don't know.
They got rid of it.
Yeah, because kids kept hovering under the water and the lifeguards kept jumping in because they thought they were drowning. So it was problematic. One way to say that. So,
That's true, that's true. Alright, next one.
all right. The next
That's
one
you.
is main pool or quiet pool. So each of these resorts, the All Stars, Pop, Art, they have a main pool with like statues and figurines and theming. It's gigantic and pool activities, right? They always
Mhm.
got something happening, music playing, or there's 1 or 2 other pools in the other areas that are quiet. I have had a pool view of a quiet pool. I will verify, not necessarily quiet. It's just Disney's not making the noise. So which
Right.
way do you go, Lauren?
So at the value level, we usually just do the quiet pool because there's no water slides, and that's usually what
Mhm.
draws us to the main pool, and if there's no water slides, we'd rather just go with whatever is closest to our room. So that's usually where we're at. What about you?
I agree. I think we would just go with what's closest to the room since there's no
Mhm.
water slide at a value resort and avoid the crowds because there's going to be way more people at the main pool. Now, if you have kids that want to do all the little lifeguard led or not lifeguard led, but the activities that are led by the youth counselors, so to speak, then of course you got to move in the main pool, right?
Yeah.
I
And they
mean,
do like
there's a
cute
lot of
things. Like
stuff going on.
they play games, we've done trivia, there's lots of things going on. So if I guess if we had like a longer afternoon and we were making like a pool day out of it, we'd probably head
Hmm.
that way. But usually if we're staying at the value resorts, we tend to be doing like a quicker trip where we're going park heavy. So like our swim time is limited.
And I will say this, the other thing about the main pool is there is a bar at the main
Oh,
pool.
that's true.
So you got Pedals, which is notoriously the best bar on property for sure at
Questionable.
Pop Century. I've shared some drinks at Pedals before, but and the drop off or the Nemo pool. I can't remember the name of the All Stars, but the All Star Movies has a Dole Whip like smoothie that I've had before at their pool bar. So the pool bars are underrated on some things.
Oh,
So Yeah, Dole
I
Whip
didn't
at
know
All
they had that.
Stars. Yeah,
But it's
it's
a smoothie, right? It's not like a proper Dole Whip?
right. It's not a proper Dole Whip, but it is proper on the it is Dole Whip. Like you can
Do they
taste it,
put
but
rum in it? Like, do they make it into an alcoholic drink?
they can. I did not.
Oh,
I went with my virgin one,
got
but
it.
yeah, but they could. Yeah, I got that and it destroyed a paper straw. When they handed it to me, I asked for 2 straws and they just looked at me like, well, whatever, man. And gave me, because like 10 minutes later, I needed another straw because paper
Oh,
straws and smoothies don't mix well.
thought maybe you were getting another straw for Michelle to share it with you.
No, I
Oh,
don't share, Lauren.
apparently not your Dole Whips smoothies.
No, why would I share a Dole Whip?
All right, so then I added this one. Would you prefer to stay on the ground floor or would you rather be on the top floor
This
at a
is the
value?
easiest question for all of them, every one of them. Ground floor. I don't want to go up an elevator if I don't have to. I can deal with a few bugs. I'll have to go ground floor,
So I always
100%.
pick the top floor because I don't like to hear people above me.
Oh, I evidently don't care.
I don't mind walking up the stairs if my sleep is not interrupted.
Hmm. Okay.
Can you just
We're
sleep through that?
Lauren, I can sleep through pretty much anything. So, yeah, it doesn't bother me a bit. I mean, they'd have to be pretty loud for it to bother me. People through the walls are a bigger problem than above, I think, for me. And if we're on the ground floor, I don't have to yell at my kids to like stop running. There's people underneath us. I don't have to say that. You know,
Oh, well, I'm just on the top floor and I don't
you don't
seem to
care about
care
the people
about
underneath
the
you.
people below
You're the
me.
reason people want to stay on the top floor, is what I'm hearing. No?
Something like that. I don't have any like, now they're not loud. That was where they're, when they're toddlers and, like, they lay on the floor and play. That's a bigger deal, but they don't do
Okay.
we're not that loud.
Well, there you
But
go. That was a This or That Value Resort edition. So we will rank our favorite value resorts on our after show on Patreon. So go check out Patreon on that. You can follow us on social media on all the things at Rope Drop Radio, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, and YouTube. Go check out YouTube to mention the stuffy of the week and like and share things. Also, if you're looking to get down there and stay at a value resort, reach out to our friends at touringandcruises.com, where they can give you a no obligation free quote. And if you're looking to get there from Nebraska, check out the Lincoln Airport. You're nonstop to the magic on Breeze Airways. So we're going to get on to the after show where we will rank some things for you and talk about who knows what. So for Lauren, I'm Doug. This has been another Rope Drop Radio. Hey, rope droppers, thanks for watching this whole video. Why don't you take a moment to make sure you subscribe, watch the next thing, last thing, try to watch something else, but make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for watching Rope Drop Radio.